This is the first time Blackjack meets his peers. The man in front of me, he is actually an unlicensed doctor like Blackjack. And a man can stay in the country for 30 years. He also became the only doctor in this village. But this time, Furukawa's small clinic encountered difficulties. He met a child with hyperthyroidism. Blackjack said, the child must be operated on as soon as possible. But what Blackjack doesn't know is that Furukawa has been practicing medicine but I have never performed surgery on anyone else. Under the influence of Blackjack, Furukawa was also said to be anxious by Blackjack. Just push him to another room. Questioning what qualifications Blackjack has to preach to himself. Could he be a doctor from a big hospital? Blackjack directly denied it. He also revealed that he is actually an unlicensed doctor. But when I hear the word unlicensed doctor, the bones seem to be in pain again. I just want to drive Blackjack out of the hospital. But the child's condition is getting more critical. There is nothing that can be done about the bones. He began to think about whether he could ask Blackjack to help with the operation. Blackjack admits he has positive energy. But I only agreed to be Skeleton's assistant. We'll take over the operation when the bones are helpless. The mouth of the skeleton still refuses to admit there's nothing we can do about Pinocchio's bones. Finally agreed to perform surgery on the child. Blackjack also gave Skeleton a giant planet. Preparations for surgery will be ready soon. Looking at the trembling hands, everyone was sweating for him. The cooperation between the nurse and the skeleton is also a mess. Blackjack is not in a hurry, just giving instructions calmly. Although bone lotus surgery takes much longer than normal surgery, but he finally completed the operation. He is also proud of his first time. Get praise from everyone. Furukawa finally stopped being so nervous, also chatting with Blackjack like old friends. He told Blackjack about the situation in the village. It turns out that although this village is a tourist attraction, but before he comes here, there is no doctor in the village. See a doctor for everyone. It takes 4 hours to drive to the city to change the medical situation here. He has been here for 33 years. Blackjack was also moved by Bone's persistence. As a result, the nurse ran over at this moment. Tell skeleton patients things are bad. Feel word. Furukawa determined that this was a post-operative complication. But he has no contingency plan. Blackjack thinks it may be due to the different post-operative treatment. In order not to cause an irreversible situation, Koga asks Blackjack for help. But Blackjack didn't directly say the solution. Furukawa thought Blackjack didn't understand either. Be prepared to improvise a solution on your bookshelf. Then Blackjack happened. Teach Furukawa step by step how to deal with it. Also consider what might happen later. Countermeasures against illness are all written down on paper. Then Blackjack left here. Only then did Furukawa chase him out. He wanted to know the name of his temporary master. Although Blackjack is younger than me. But the batter threatens. He wanted to confirm which hospital Blackjack was from. Blackjack shows again. He didn't lie to him about being an unlicensed doctor. Then he expressed his admiration to the bone box. In order to improve the medical conditions here, you can actually stay here for more than 30 years. Seeing that Blackjack was about to leave after finishing speaking, Furukawa finally asked Chuchu unwillingly, "How did you know you didn't have a medical license?" Blackjack told him, "The university you mentioned before is your alma mater. There was no medical department more than 30 years ago." Only then did Furukawa realize that he had exposed himself in this way. The two of them bid farewell to each other. After a long time, Blackjack met Furukawa again in Tokyo. I didn't expect the fate between the two to be so wonderful. Blackjack asked Furukawa why he came out here now. He told Blackjack that he was admitted to your alma mater. I hope to learn systematically from here. Help more people back home. After all, learn and live until you are old. And the spirit of Dr. Furukawa. I believe it is something that countless people lack. Because life is only a few decades. It is actually enough for a person to only do one thing well in his life.